often refer to it in the feminine as the rababa, and the poets I worked with made a distinction, and they said, no, the rababa is the smaller one with the high sound that you use when like 5 or 6 guys are playing the instrument together for weddings. But a poet for singing Sirah Bani Hilal uses a rabab masculine as opposed to rababa. Okay, it is made of a coconut shell. The skin here is from a fish. It's a large fish called the bayad that lives in the Nile. You use the fish skin. The wood, of course, is just normal wood, and the village carpenter has added a little decoration. The hair this is not original hair. I've been using this for so long, the hair had broken, so I have replaced it with the hair from Western violin bows, but originally the hair was black, and it was just straight from the horse's tail. And literally, you comb it out like this and like that and tie it on. The bow is very basic, and one of the interesting things is you can see that it doesn't have enough tension, and so you have to stick your hand in and go like that. And I can tell you, the first time you hold this bow for half an hour like that, your hand then comes out, sort of like this. And you then have to... So, that's one of the interesting aspects. The little piece of wood here, the bridge, as we call it on a musical instrument, is actually the inside of a willow branch. Soft. So it's just a small piece of light wood. It can't be hardwood, because the hardwood will, first of all, it will break the skin, and it should have a little bit of bounce. One of the best pieces of advice that my master poet gave to me, he said, so Dwight, well, actually they called me Adil, because Dwight was impossible. So Adil, if you are ever in a performance and you lose your bridge, the ka'b, right, what you do is you look out in the audience and you find an effendi. Right? So you have to find a rich man, an effendi, and you ask him for a cigarette. Why? Because he will be smoking filter cigarettes, and everybody else will not. So you ask him for the cigarette, you break off the filter, and you stick that in your rabab, and you'll get it through the performance. And then you go out and cut some more wood and do that sort of. So the interesting thing is, and I think those of you who are in the back might have to stand up to see. You probably want to. I'm sorry that this is. When we're doing a private gathering in someone's home, a sahra, right, as opposed to a wedding, there is an etiquette towards how a performance begins. And that is basically anyone, once the performance starts, any male from the village is welcome to come and, is to basically walk in the door, say hello, and sit down and join the performance. But the poet arrives at this, and everybody knows, at so-and-so's house there's going to be a sahra, and such and such a poet is going to sing. So the poet arrives first. And the reason the poet arrives first is so that the host can basically give him a cup of tea, give him cigarettes, give him food if he wants food, be hospitable. He can't afford to invite the entire village, but this is for the poet. So the question is, now the poet is ready to perform. What do we do to tell the neighborhood that the performance is about to start? And so he starts by playing just instrumental music with no singing. And this is the signal to everybody. People are sort of waiting around in the alleyway. The music starts. That means, okay, now we can go in. And so we go and of course in Egypt, as in many places in the Arab world, if you enter a room and there are other people, you go around and shake hands with every single person who's there. So you can't have this happening when he's singing the story. So he plays instrumental music until basically everyone has arrived and taken their seat. Well, then the next thing that has to happen is, because the epic is so long, the poet has to tell the audience where we are in the story. Right? This is the story of X. We are in here, this place. This person has just arrived from here. He has to set the scene. And the way he does this is he does it in rhymed prose, in sajja, for those who speak Arabic. So he does it in rhymed prose, and if you listen, you will hear the rhymes. And then he begins to sing. But when he sings, he can only do it at one moment. It has to be a quotation from a person. he has to say something like, and so said, right? And that's when the music is the opening of the quotation marks, and he sings, and that is actually somebody's words. Once he starts singing, then he can do everything. He can do monologue, dialogue, description, narration, all of that can happen, but he cannot do, the way he starts singing is always such and such happened, and so said the following words. Listen to his words, and then he starts to sing. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play instrumental music first, and we'll pretend that all the neighbors are coming and sitting down and shaking hands, etc. And then I'll stop, and then I will give you a little introduction about a paragraph in Arabic that will tell you where we are in the story, and then I will just sing a few verses of the actual poetry. And now I have to go to my hard drive and find the file that says Singing Arabic. Okay. بعد ما نحن لدنان ولا اجتمعنا نصلي عليه لأن النبي أول الأولين وختام المرسلين يوم القيامة يترسم في وجه من يصلي عليه فيحكي مؤلف الكلام عن عرب يسمع عرب بني هلال فكان السلطان في العصر ولوان الملك سرحان كان الفارس رزق السجيع بن نيل لأن كل الزمن لي دولة ورجال كان حامي زغابة القرمة غانم فارس الفرسان كان غفير صبايا شب من شباب اسمه الأمير زيان كان رزق تزوج من الحرمان 8 صبايا ما جابش ذكور أبدا يعد رزق في الديوان فاتمة عليه الغلمان دول يعني مين يا سادة الكرام أيام زمان كان العرب يستموا لمؤاخذة العيال غلمان فاتوا عليه الغلمان قام عصرت عانيه نفسه من عدم ذكرة الصبيان قعد رزق ينشد كلام على عدم ذكرة الصبي كلام تسمع إليه وعاشت جمال النبي قطر صلاته عليه طه الذي يشتاق له كل رايح. اسمع ما قال رزق صغير وابن نايل، دمعا جرى من مبرة عين صايح. أحن من الدنيا والدهر والزمن، كل ما شفته بالعين رايح. عم بشوف الأيام يوما يسرني اللي يجيبه قد وشحايا. يا بين صالحني كيف أنا فعلت بيهم كلمة سلاحي وبالأضرار. مالي كتير يا رجال من غير ذكرى، مالي بلا ذكرى بعد العمر ضايع. عن جود عيني بلاقي سرحان نزارتها، تركب أولاده تسد المطارح. عن جود عيني بلاقي هنن نزارتها، تركب أولاده عمر وفلاها. وانا فريد القوم مكسور خاطره، رديت زماني ما شفت داود فاله. صلوا على النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام.